This man was strip searched and thrown in a jail cell for one thing. Not fighting anyone, not touching anyone, not even getting close. He pointed a camera at police from across an open field, and they arrested him for it.
Pull into the grocery store. This is fine. If she makes you leave, just go across the street. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. You're fine here. Let me out. Let me out. Try to keep a dash camera on me. Unlock it. Unlock it. Come on.
And a federal court just ruled that everything they did to him was unconstitutional. So watch this footage from the very beginning, and I want you to find the exact moment he does anything wrong, any point at all, because I have watched it a dozen times and I cannot find it, and neither could a jury.
22-14 information.
I'm a journalist. I film these guys. You're Mrs.
What the hell are you doing on my property?
I can go to the road if you'd like. I'm making sure they don't hurt your son.
Yeah,
Would you like me to film for his safety or not?
yes, but I don't want this in papers and everything.
I'm not going to put it on the paper. I'm watching the deputies, not your
Okay.
family member, okay?
Okay.
I'm familiar with your son's case and what the Brazoria County deputies and these guys have done to him.
This is Fort Bend County. We're trying to safely get him some help. We've been trying now for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Before we go further, 4 things I am going to prove to you in this video. There is a specific distance the deputy ordered this journalist to stand, and a federal court just called that order itself unconstitutional. There is a radio transmission that tells you the real reason they wanted him gone, and it has nothing to do with the call they were on. I am going to tell you the exact number this cost the county in your tax dollars. And the deputies made an argument in court that sounds completely reasonable until you learn one case from 2017 that makes the whole thing fall apart. Stay to the end for that one.
Familiar with your son's case and what the Brazoria County deputies and these guys have done to him.
This is Fort Bend County. We're trying to safely get him some help. We've been trying now for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Ben, and on this channel I break down real police encounters so you know your rights before the moment you need them. Do me one quick favor first. Subscribe and tap the hype button under this video. It is free, and it pushes cases like this to far more people, which matters a lot on a channel this size. Alright, let me walk you through exactly what happened. The man behind the camera is Justin Pulliam. He runs an independent news channel where he films police, not a hobby, a job. In December 2021, in Fort Bend County, Texas, sheriff's deputies responded to a mental health call in a rural area near Damon. Pulliam showed up and did what a journalist does. He started filming from a distance on a public road. Now here is the first thing I need you to understand, because it is the whole foundation of this case. In the state of Texas, and across the entire Fifth Circuit, you have a clearly established constitutional right to film the police in public. That is not my opinion. That is the law, and I will name the exact case that settled it before we are done. Filming police from a distance on a public road is not a crime. It is a right.
My priority was to film for the man's safety. I knew the police already had substantial documentation in place, such as so-called officer safety alerts, to pre-justify
Watch what the deputies do with that right.
extreme use of force. But suffering from an acute medical episode should not subject someone to injury or death. In their own reports, the deputies claimed that they were providing, quote, lethal coverage, unquote. I was worried I would be back soon covering an officer-involved shooting. I did not want that, so when Rollins unreasonably excluded me, I questioned him to keep the man alive.
I'm out.
2277, clear.
A lieutenant approaches him and tells him to back up. Pulliam backs up. Then he is told to back up more. He backs up more. By the time this is over, he has been ordered more than 100 feet away from a scene he was already filming from a safe distance. And here is the part the federal court zeroed in on later. Other people, regular bystanders, were allowed to stand closer than he was. He was singled out. The camera was the problem. And he still complied. Watch him comply.
Sir, I need you to go across the street. I need y'all to go ahead and go across the street, please.
Across the street?
Yes, across the street.
So you can shoot him?
What's wrong with you, man?
What's wrong with you?
Please go across the street.
It does not matter. They arrest him anyway. They put him in handcuffs, they seize his camera, the very tool of his reporting, and they take him to jail for filming. This is the moment I asked you to watch for. Did you find where he broke the law? Because the deputies could not point to it either, not in a way that survived a courtroom.
In his lie reports, Rollins claimed that he did this for my safety. After arresting me, Rollins seized my video equipment and turned off my camera. He locked me in the back of Ricky Rodriguez's patrol vehicle, which was the closest to the scene. I was trapped in the car, unable to protect myself.
It gets worse. This is not a guy who gets a ticket and goes home. Justin Pulliam is booked into jail and strip searched. Strip searched. Think about what that means for a second. For pointing a camera at a public scene from across a field, the government took his equipment, put him in a cell, and made him take his clothes off. That is the price they tried to make him pay for journalism. Now let me be fair here, because if I only give you his side, I am no better than the outrage machine. The county's argument was that Pulliam was interfering, that deputies were handling a sensitive mental health situation, that they gave him lawful orders, and that he did not fully cooperate, so the arrest was justified. That is their case, and on paper it sounds reasonable. A tense scene, an order, a refusal. Let us take it completely seriously. Here is what it misses. The footage shows him following the orders. It shows him backing up again and again, and it shows other people standing closer without being touched. You cannot call it a neutral safety order when only the man with the camera gets arrested. That is not enforcing a perimeter. That is punishing the reporting. And that brings me to the radio call, the real reason. This department knew exactly who Justin Pulliam was. He had been critical of them. He had filmed them before. This was not a random journalist they had never met. There is a name for arresting someone, not because they broke a law, but because you did not like what they were doing with their First Amendment rights. It is called retaliatory arrest, and the Supreme Court has said it violates the Constitution. So Pulliam did what most people cannot. He fought it. And this is where the case becomes important for every single one of you holding a phone right now. The Institute for Justice took his case to federal court. Not a settlement to make it quietly disappear, a trial. And in March of 2026, a federal court ruled that the arrest of Justin Pulliam violated the First Amendment. A jury sided with him. And the specific case that made it possible, the one I promised you at the start, is called Turner v. Driver, 5th Circuit, 2017. It established, in plain and binding language, that the right to record police is clearly established law in Texas, which means the deputies cannot hide behind qualified immunity by claiming they did not know. They were supposed to know. The law was already on the books.
Come on.
Information.
I'm a journalist. I film these guys. You're Mrs.
Yes, what the hell are you doing on my property?
I can go to the road if you'd like. I'm making sure they don't hurt your son.
Yeah,
Would you like me to film for his safety or not?
yes, but I don't want this in papers and everything.
I'm not
else.
gonna put it on the paper. I'm watching the deputies, not your
Okay.
family member, okay?
Okay.
I'm familiar with your son's case and what the Brazil.
Here is the number. When you add up the verdict and the settlement that followed, Fort Bend County paid out around $250,000 of taxpayer money, $250,000, because a deputy did not like being filmed. Every dollar of that came from the public, not from the officer. Remember that. So what do you actually do with this? Because most of you clicked on this video with a phone in your pocket that can do exactly what Justin Pulliam's camera did. Here is your right, and here is how to use it without ending up in a cell. You can film the police in public. Keep a reasonable distance. Do not step into their scene. Do not touch anyone. And if they give you an order to move back and keep filming from there. Narrate what you are doing out loud, calm, and clear. The camera is your protection, and the distance is your defense. Justin Pulliam did all of that, and it still took a federal court to clear him. But that footage is the only reason we know the truth instead of a police report. That is the whole point of this channel. The report would have said he interfered. The video shows he complied. Only one of those was going to win in court, and it was the one that was recorded. And before you go, hit that hype button so the next journalist this happens to actually finds this video. And if you want to go further, the channel memberships in the description and pinned comment help me keep digging up cases exactly like this one. Every one of these comes down to the camera, so keep one in your car too. The dash cam I recommend is linked in the description. Now you tell me. A federal court said this arrest was unconstitutional, and it still cost the public $250,000, while the deputy walked away just fine. So what should actually happen to an officer who arrests someone for filming? Tell me in the comments. I read them.